Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Marilyn and my channel is Making with Marilyn. Now I do all things crafty, but in today's video, I'm going to do an unboxing. Now this company has sent me a tumbler press before, but there's something new and innovative about what's in here. Now I haven't opened it yet. Let's do that right now. So I got an email from them and they asked if I was interested in trying this. And when I looked at the product, I was really excited about it. And I've done tumblers before. I've done them in several different presses, but wait till you see this. And hopefully it works as well as it sounds like it might. All right, so open the big box. Guess what? Another box inside. Now, the big question is, what color is this going to be? Because for some reason, every time I get a tumbler press, it seems like it's pink. And I know they have a pink one of these, but they also have, I think I saw green. So I hope it's a green, but if it's a pink, it's okay. It's pink. All right, so let's get this out and see how it looks. Now let me spill the beans on what the surprise is. It's an auto tumbler press. How cool is that? If it works well, that is really neat. All right, so just like usual, there's some heat tape. I'm going to test this out before I use it to make sure it doesn't stain. And then a pair of heat-resistant gloves. Now these are just heat-resistant. They are not heat-proof. So they help tremendously, but it's not going to keep your hand cool if something is super hot and you have it for a long time in your hand. Okay, then we have the power cord. And then it looks like everything else in here is the press itself. Now before I put the camera directly over top, I want to show you this side. This was facing out when I unboxed it. This right here is where you plug in the cord that heats up the mug press or the tumbler press. So the pressing pad is here. It has this cord attached to it. You just have to insert this right here. And I'm going to have to walk around to the other side to do it because usually there's a particular way it has to go in. There's 4 prongs and those have to match up with the 4 holes right here. All right, so here's the 4 prongs. Then there's also this hole or gap in it right there. And there's something right at the top of this that gap has to go through. It can only go in this one way. All right, so you plug it in and then this little collar tightens down. That just makes sure that the cord stays in really nice and tight. Now the power cord is going to go on this side. So it goes right here, and then you turn it on right here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and plug this in the side. And then on things like this that pull a lot of heat or use a lot of, I don't even know the term, amperage or watts or whatever it is, I like to plug these either directly into the wall, or if I can't plug them directly into the wall, which in this case I can't, I like to plug them into a really heavy-duty power cord. All right, so it is plugged in. Let's go ahead and turn it on. I can tell it's on because the light showed up there and it beeped, and now you can see things from the top. All right, I went ahead and I shut the camera off so I could kind of play around with this to figure out how it works so I could tell you correctly. Now, the first thing I want to do is go ahead and take this protective coating off the LCD screen. And then when I turn this on, it's going to start heating up. It also shows that I've made like 6 tumblers. I have not made a single tumbler yet. It's just that I've been playing with it, so it thinks that I've had tumblers in there. But this will indeed be my first tumbler. So let me go ahead and turn it back on. All right, so it is heating up. And there's a 1, 2, 3, and 4. They call those gears. I would call them settings. And so right now it tells you what the initial settings are for each of those gears. For gear 1, which I'm going to use, it has a temperature of 356. Now that is less hot than I usually use, but I'm going to go with their instructions. 45 seconds, and then a pressure of 60. Now you can reset any of these and then save your new settings, but I'm going to go with what they have. Now let me show you. If I hit the 1 button, it shows 356. I hit it again, and it shows a time of 45 seconds. I hit it again, it shows the pressure of 60. Then I'm just going to hit it again. Now it's heated up to 240 right now. It wants me to go ahead and put a blank tumbler in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put a blank tumbler in here, and then I'm going to push this start button right here. You can press it, or I think you can press the enter button. Now, a lot of tumbler presses tell you not to let them heat up without a tumbler in there. And so this one had much more explicit instructions. It said basically have a heater tumbler, take it out, put your real tumbler in when it gets up to temp. Now, let me go ahead and grab my gloves so when this is done, I can pull that out. All right, that is not heated up all the way yet. So this time I'm going to hit enter. Let's close it back up. Let it continue to heat up. Now you might be able to see it smoking just a little bit. This is my first tumbler that's been in there with heat. And it is preheated now, so let me go ahead and take that out. What I have found with my other tumbler presses is there is a little bit of a smell and a burn off the first couple of tumblers you make, and then that goes away. Now I already have my tumbler wrapped and taped. If you're interested in seeing how I do that, I have a lot of videos that I show you that, and so check those out. But today I really wanted to focus on this press. Now it says to put it in with the seam up and start it. I always like to use paper around mine just to protect the press mat. And so even though it doesn't tell me to, I'm still going to use this little paper cradle. All right, so I have it in there and I have the seam up like it said. Let's go ahead and push start. Then it's going to start to count down automatically. Now, if I ever want to open this in the middle of something, there is a stop button right there. If you press that, it's going to open up. Now, while that is heating up, or while that is sublimating, I want to show you, it tells you to put it in, start it. Hopefully I don't have it too far down that way. Nope, that feels good. And then when it opens up, you rotate it 180 degrees, and then you do it again. All right, so I'm just going to turn this 180 degrees. And then I'll say enter. That'll close it right back up. And this is our last press, and we'll take it out and we'll unwrap it. All right, I can go ahead and turn this off. I'm not going to use it again. And then I'll go ahead and put this aside so that it can cool off just a little bit. I'll get this out of the way, and then we'll look and see how it turned out. Okay, so the way I like to unwrap mine is I like to go ahead and just take either the top or the bottom off. Usually I start at the top. And this is still pretty hot. Just go ahead and cut a slit in it so that it will break apart. All right, there we go. Now I don't want to unwrap it all the way. I want to see what it looks like. I want to get a little peek at it. Because if I need to put it back in the press, That way I haven't shifted my paper and I can do that. Okay. Ooh, I like that. I'm really curious to see how this turns out. I want to see the seams, the bottom seam, the top seam. Now, a huge part of how your tumblers turn out is how you prepare them, how you wrap them, and how you tape them. My first several tumblers I did were not very good. Oh my goodness, look at those colors. That's still pretty hot. I can almost handle it without the glove. Look at that. Wow. I hope this color is coming through in the camera as well as it is in person. This is gorgeous. Whoever designed this did a great job. Such vibrant colors. Okay, so let's look at the top. Now, there's always a little glare along the top. And I feel like I might have had my paper just barely shy of being far enough up. But you can see, especially just right in here. This side looks fine, but you can see there's no ghosting. If there's an issue, it's just I didn't have my paper quite all the way up. When there's a pressure issue, it's kind of faded and then it gets dark. This is very, very consistent along the top. Okay, here's the seam. Because of the design, you can easily see where the seam is. And you can see my ring light glaring on it. But let's see. Here's the seam right here, and it is perfect. There's no ghosting, no fading. Now let's look at the bottom. That looks very good too. I'm super happy with this tumbler. And what a beautiful summer design. Look how vibrant that green and purple is. I haven't seen this type of press that's an auto open and an auto close, so I appreciate Real Kent giving me the chance to try this out. Now, thanks so much for joining me, and until my next video, bye-bye.